Mystery creature washes up on a South Georgia beach.
From catching bizarre creatures to having hair-raising encounters, fishing moments are nothing less than incredible. So, hang on to witness the shockers that came from the depths of the water and have left people on the edge. For generations, sailors spoke in hushed tones of sea serpents lurking in the deep. No one truly believed until now. A mysterious creature washed up on shore, its long, twisting body matching those old tales. Before anyone could get too close, it vanished back into the mist, leaving only fear and whispers. But that wasn't the end. Determined to reveal the truth, a fishing vessel set out, braving the waves and the unknown. Days later, they caught it. There it was, hanging by the hook for all to see. The creature that had haunted sailors' dreams was real. Bubble creature. Here comes a bizarre sight at the aquarium. A visitor couldn't believe his eyes when he spotted a cartoonish being. There, floating in the tank, was a puffy white creature that seemed to defy nature itself. This ghostly blob had huge, staring eyes and tiny arms with sharp claws. Like a floating marshmallow with attitude, it just hung there in the water, its pale skin glowing under the aquarium lights. People started calling it the Mosse bubble frog. But that's not what it really is at all. What they actually found was an albino African clawed frog. These unusual amphibians can puff themselves up when they feel threatened, making them look like floating balloons. Shock alert! A peaceful river day became a nightmare when a fisherman came face to face with one of nature's most feared predators. The fisherman's line tugged, and for a moment, there was nothing but excitement. But then, out of nowhere, a massive tail rose from the water. They thought they had stumbled upon a legendary serpent. When the video went viral on social media, experts quickly pointed out that this wasn't any legendary creature. This was a massive anaconda in a very bad mood. The fisherman's curiosity could have led to a scary encounter with one of nature's most powerful hunters. Mutant catch. Imagine reeling in a fish with claws instead of fins. This fisherman caught one. The creature had the body of a catfish, but with crab claws. It was an odd sight, and no one could believe it. The video was out. Experts were puzzled too. They think it could be a mutant crab. Maybe it was caused by a genetic disease or some unknown environmental factor. Well, it can be the result of crossbreeding or failed scientific experiments done by the scientist and was left in the ocean to survive. But for now, scientists aren't sure what caused this creature's strange appearance. Strange catch. A group of beachgoers had no idea they'd stumble upon a fish so unusual, it required a bit of creativity to clean. They pulled a massive fish from the water. 150 pounds of surprise. Its color was strange, almost wood-like, and it was covered in a thick, slimy coating. No matter how much they scrubbed, the slime wouldn't come out. There they got a clever idea. The flour. The flour finally did the trick, wiping off the stubborn slime. They soon realized this was no ordinary catch. It was a rare Napoleon fish, known for its massive size and unique traits. These fish are usually found in tropical reefs and are rarely seen up close. Such a lucky encounter. Two-headed fish. In an aquarium exhibition, a visitor caught a glimpse of a truly bizarre sight, a two-headed fish. This strange creature was an Asian arowana, hatched with two heads in a rare condition called bicephaly. Scientists believe two-headed animals like this develop due to genetic factors rather than the environment. Yet, their chances of survival in the wild are slim. With both heads struggling for breath, the fish couldn't swim properly. Each head seemed to fight for control. Well, this made a haunting display that left many questioning whether it should have been born at all. Ancient discovery. A group of researchers made a shocking discovery underwater. They captured a creature no one had seen before. Soon the video went viral. According to some, it was a dragon. Others claimed it could be Mokele-mbembe, a creature from legends. And then came the big reveal. It was a sea turtle. But not just any sea turtle. This was a species so rare, it had never been seen before. Its ancient features seemed almost prehistoric, like a living fossil. Lake encounter. A fisherman set out on the lake, hoping for a good catch. Everything seemed normal until a monstrous shape appeared at a short distance. It rose slowly, its massive body breaking the surface. The fishermen were in complete surprise. This was no ordinary creature. Its huge size and long, powerful neck made them think of legends, the Mokele-mbembe, or even the Loch Ness Monster. And this dinosaur-like being was right before them, alive in the lake. Then, as quickly as it appeared, the creature slipped back under the water, leaving the fishermen staring at the ripples. Cambodian surprise. Locals in Cambodia made a shocking discovery. An enormous creature from the deep had washed ashore. Its massive carcass was raised by a large crane, drawing hundreds of onlookers who stared in disbelief. Some whispered that it must be a giant beached whale, but others weren't so sure. The creature's decaying body, with its unusual form, seemed almost otherworldly. No one knew what the creature truly was, but one thing was certain. It was a reminder of how much of the ocean remains unexplored by us. Vampire fish. The Amazon River has its share of creepy creatures, but this one was straight out of a nightmare.
Yes! Vampire fish right here!
A fisherman thought he'd landed a regular catch until he saw the teeth. Huge, curved fangs, some nearly 6 inches long, stuck out from its jaw like something from a horror movie. It turned out to be a payara.
Look at the teeth, the fangs on this fish. Unbelievable.
Also known as the vampire fish. Those massive fangs weren't just for show. They fit perfectly into little sockets in its upper jaw. And let me tell you guys, living in the murky waters of the Amazon, this thing didn't just float around. It hunted fast and with deadly precision. Stunning siphonophore. A scuba diver captured something incredible.
Like a siphonophore? Wow.
During the Nautilus expedition, the team was scanning the silent depths with remote-controlled cameras when a strange, ghostly shape appeared on screen. And when he asked the marine expert about this creature, he got to know that it's actually a siphonophore. What's even stranger is that it looks like one single creature, but it's actually thousands of tiny organisms called zooids, each one with a specific role. Together, they create a single, otherworldly being that seems almost too strange to exist.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome.
A living colony resembling the Portuguese man-o'-war? Would you like to have an encounter with it? Dolphin oddity. A man was relaxing by a river when he saw an unbelievable sight. He filmed a strange creature emerging from the water. It looked like a long, snake-like dolphin. But what made it even stranger was that it started eating grass. This unusual behavior made people wonder if it was a mix of different animals. Some even feared it could be the result of scientists messing with animal DNA. The sighting left many thinking, what happens when science goes too far and creates things that don't belong in nature? Swimming miracle. A fisherman saw a fish swimming in the pond. As it came closer, he was stunned. It had no head. At first, he thought it was just a lifeless body, drifting to shore after some accident. But then he realized this fish was alive, swimming on its own. A headless fish was seen gliding casually through the pond. It even paused when the fisherman touched it, almost as if it sensed him. Then, without a care, it swam away in another direction. How is this even possible? Experts explain that the fish's neural circuit and reflexes are still working. Even without its head, the spinal cord can hold enough oxygen to keep it moving for a bit. It's not actually alive, just reflexes slowly shutting down. Still, seeing it in action is enough to leave anyone completely stunned. Time traveler. A tourist spotted something strange in a murky lake and quickly grabbed his camera. As he zoomed in, he found himself locking eyes with a creature that looked straight out of prehistoric times. Its features were almost dinosaur-like, making it feel like a time traveler from an ancient world. For a brief, spine-tingling moment, the creature stared right back at him. But then, the mystery was revealed. It was just a soft-shelled turtle. Turns out, nature loves to keep us on our toes, proving that sometimes the most surprising sights are simply part of its fascinating design. Strange discovery. Have you heard about mysterious sea creatures washing up on beaches? A beachgoer found an unusual creature. It had a long, slender body. Its skin was smooth all over, and it had a rounded head. The creature looked different from any common sea animal. The discovery became a big deal. When the video was shared online, it quickly went viral. Some people thought it was just an eel that had washed up from the deep ocean. Others wondered if it was a completely new species. The creature's weird appearance might have been caused by changes in the ocean's environment or water pollution. Taiwan sailors. An exciting story emerged when Taiwan Navy sailors shared an unusual video that caught everyone's attention. During their routine patrol, the sailors captured footage of what appeared to be a mysterious figure in the river. The blurry recording showed something moving through the water, with what looked like a fish-like tail. According to sailors, they spotted a legendary mermaid. As the video spread across the internet, viewers suggested a different explanation. They thought it might actually be a blanket octopus swimming in the river. Since the video quality was too unclear and shaky, no one could tell for sure what the sailors had really recorded that day. Desperate escape. A fisherman pulled in a strange catch, a pink creature twisting and turning, trying to survive. These weren't ordinary creatures. They were ribbon worms, cut into pieces but still moving. One worm, completely fine, suddenly released a sticky white mucus. It wasn't fighting. It was a desperate act to stay alive. Ribbon worms are hunters that use a special tool called a proboscis to grab prey like snails or sea slugs. This worm, sensing trouble, discharged its proboscis and left it behind as a distraction for the predators. It was a bizarre sight, a creature using every trick it had to survive. Alien fruit. What would you do if you found a sea creature that looked like it came from another world? That's exactly what happened when a tourist pulled out an ocean creature.
Karama juga guys. Karama lucu kan? Mantap guys. Tari pang nanas.
At first glance, it looked like a spiky alien fruit, but it wasn't fruit at all. It was a pineapple sea cucumber, covered in rough skin and tiny spikes that made it look out of this world. Despite their unusual appearance, pineapple sea cucumbers play an important role in keeping the ocean clean by recycling nutrients. Holding something so strange and unique from the depths of the ocean was an unforgettable experience for her. Strange creature. An explorer found a strange creature with giant, sharp teeth on a quiet riverbank. It was thought to have been found near the Tigris River in northern Ukraine. The creature, like a reptile, was half in the water. Breathing heavily as the explorer moved closer. He slowly approached, holding a long metal pole for protection. When he got just a few meters away, he stopped and waved the pole in front of its face. The creature didn't react, so he bravely touched it with the pole. Suddenly, the creature moved and quickly swam back into the dark water, disappearing from sight. The video led many people online to guess that it could be a mutant fish created by radiation from the Chernobyl incident in 1986. Unique turtle. At an old military test site, strange things were expected, but no one expected this. Footage captured by a scientist showed the turtle that had 2 heads. Each head moved independently, as if each side of the creature had its own mind. It was a terrifying sight, like something from a nightmare, but it was real. For the scientists, it was a rare discovery. A reminder of how unpredictable life can be, especially in places altered by experiments of the past. River dragon. In a river in Thailand, a monstrous figure emerged. At first, it seemed like a hollow object just floating in the water. People watched curiously, unsure of what it could be. But then, it moved. Its body moved, revealing an enormous size. The creature, as if sensing the attention, slowly slid beneath the surface and vanished. Soon the video took a hot spot on social media. Speculations began. Could it be a sea dragon? To this day, no clues have been found. Only the memory of that spooky encounter remains. Monster mouth. In the waters of the rainy river, a fisherman couldn't believe what he had caught.
Check this sturgeon out. It is actually a tagged sturgeon.
This strange fish was a sturgeon, but not like any you've seen before. Its mouth worked like a trap, launching forward to snatch its prey. When hunting, this river alien stretches its jaws out with lightning speed, grabbing everything from tiny fish to crawling crustaceans. The sturgeon's unique mouth is perfectly designed for underwater hunting, making it one of the river's most skilled predators. Nature had given it the perfect tool to thrive in the murky depths of the river.
God, there you go.
Monkey or alien. In the forest of Barbalia, a creature emerged from the shadows. To locals, it appeared to be a monkey without skin. But there was something off, something wrong. Its pale, flesh-like body gave it an alien appearance, leaving locals to wonder if it came from another world. Be careful where you wander. Not all forests are as peaceful as they seem. So, if you're ever in Barbala, don't go looking for what's best left unseen. Unbelievable water dweller. Will you expect a monster movie scene to be real in life? A hiker out in the woods saw a big black creature. It was unlike anything they'd ever seen. The creature was jiggly, like a giant blob of jelly. Instead of a face, it had waving tentacles where you'd expect eyes or a mouth. With no clear features, it was hard to tell what this thing could be. Then, it started to crawl out of the water. The hiker managed to get proof. They handed it over to the forest officials. What was it? The question is still out. Monkfish. You must have seen catches like goldfish or angularfish, but not what this fisherman caught.
This is the first one we've caught this year.
This one is the creepiest fish in the ocean. It had these little feet, and its eyes glowed green in the dark. With its wings spread wide, it looked stranger with every second.
He's got his wings out. Pretty weird fish.
Soon the fisherman realized it was a monkfish. Rows of sharp teeth lined on the top of its mouth. But this is not all. Hidden in its throat, another set waited, ready to grab anything that got too close to it. The fisherman took one last look, then let it slip back into the water. Shore monster. Walking along the shore, a beachgoer spotted a huge stone. At first, it didn't even look alive, just a massive shape sitting on the sand. As they got closer, they realized it was a crab. But not just any crab, a giant one. Found on Rusky Island, this massive creature looked like a Kamchatka crab. These crabs are known for their unbelievable size, with some stretching up to 1.8 meters wide. Yes, wide! That's a claw-to-claw span bigger than most people. It's the kind of sight that sticks with you. Well, it appeared a monster from the deep decided to visit the shore that day. Alien or mermaid? While cleaning up the area around a lake, a man noticed a tiny, living creature with long hair, floating near the water's edge. Person tried to catch it but wasn't successful. The creature had legs, clearly not the tail of a mermaid. Could it be an alien baby landed on our Earth? Days passed, with rumors and stories spreading. Then, one morning, its lifeless body washed ashore. What could this creature be? And how did it end up here? Even now, no one knows for sure. Unusual shark. You won't believe what a fisherman found out in the Sea of Cortez. But when he took a closer look, he found an incredibly rare find inside it. It was an albino shark fetus, but not just any fetus. This one had only one eye, right in the center of its head. A true Cyclops shark, the first of its kind ever verified. A bizarre condition known as cyclopia. Marine scientists confirmed it. There's no record of a shark like this in science. And while they doubt a Cyclops shark could survive in the wild, they're certain that it wasn't pollution that caused it. Nature has secrets of its own, and this one just happened to be found. Magical catch. A fisherman cast his net into the river, expecting nothing more than an average catch. But when he pulled up his haul, he could hardly believe his eyes. From the murky depths, he had seen a creature with a long, sluggish body and odd fins scattered along its length, giving it an almost magical appearance. He snapped a photo of this mutant fish, a once-in-a-lifetime catch he knew would be the talk of the town. Tales of this mysterious fish would surely be shared around the local bar for years to come. Ocean grave. Off the coast of California, an expert team made an unusual discovery 3,200 meters beneath the sea. After 20 hours of searching, their cameras showed it. A huge whale skeleton, 5 meters long, lying upside down on the seafloor. Its bones spread out in the dark waters below. Then they saw something even stranger. More than 12 octopuses were holding onto the whale's bones. One even stuck itself to the camera, like a spooky visitor from the deep. These octopuses weren't eating the whale. They were hunting small sea creatures around it. Other sea animals were there too. Fish, osedax worms, and eelpouts were eating the last bits of whale fat. Even in a lifeless state, this whale gave life to countless creatures of the deep sea. Swim without body. Divers captured footage of a fish that seemed impossible. With only its head, pectoral fins, dorsal fin, and pelvic fins left, it was still moving through the water. Just a head and fins, yet somehow it was swimming. In the clear waters of the Maldives, this strange sight left everyone unsettled. It drifted slowly, but it was moving on its own, as if it didn't know it was missing half its body. What happened to it after this sighting? No one knows. But seeing it still alive, still pushing through the ocean, made me think about how strange life can be beneath the waves. River giant. You've probably heard of the giant fish lurking in the Amazon River, but what if I told you, you might never guess what it really looks like in the wild? Fishermen recently stumbled upon this very monster, a massive pirarucu, hidden for so long in the river's depths. What was even more shocking was how it fought against the nets, a clear reminder that these river giants don't just give up without a struggle. In case you weren't aware, the pirarucu is one of the largest fish on the planet, and it's a sight to behold when it rises to the surface. Would you have been brave enough to face it head-on? Fish bird mystery. In China's Guizhou province, a fisherman pulled in a catch that seemed almost too bizarre to be real. This creature had the body of a fish, but a head that looked almost like a beluga whale. Yet something about it seemed off. Video got the hot spot on social media. Experts quickly identified it as a grass carp, a species commonly found across Asia and North America. But this one had a striking deformity, making it appear almost otherworldly. It's a reminder that even familiar waters can hold strange secrets. Beef squid.
I have finally caught the Mediterranean beef squid.
While swimming in the open water, a man was shocked to come face to face with something truly strange. Beneath the surface, an enormous, mysterious creature stretched out, its long body trailing behind, while tentacle-like appendages drifted eerily in the water. The size alone made onlookers wonder, could this be a sea monster? Or something even more terrifying from the deep? As the creature slowly revealed itself, the truth became clear. It was a giant squid. Strangest part, it is rarely seen this close to shore. These creatures are known for their elusive nature. Next time you're swimming in open water, remember, not all sea creatures want to stay in the deep, and you never know what might be swimming right below you. Unusual catch. A fisherman in Krabi found a weird creature that washed up from the sea. At first, he thought it was just a big fish, but when he looked closer, he saw it was something really unusual. The creature was as long as a car and covered in scales like a fish. But that's where things got really weird. It had a huge head with big, bulging eyes. Its mouth was full of sharp teeth, and it had arms that looked like claws. Scientists came to look at the creature. They're still trying to figure out what it is. Some think it might be a deep-sea animal that got lost. Others wonder if it could be a mutated mermaid. Giant catfish. A bizarre photo was spreading across the internet like wildfire. People couldn't believe their eyes at what was being called the Algerian gorilla fish, a creature so strange it seemed impossible. The massive beast was supposedly caught in Trinidad, its face looking more ape than fish. This monster had grown to an unbelievable size after snacking on baby whales, but that wasn't even the strangest part. The stories about this creature got wilder by the minute. They claimed it laid eggs on dry land, turned bright red for love, and only swam in packs. Animal-shaped fish. In the Caribbean, a fisherman found the remains of a strange fish, a deep-sea creature with a head shaped like a horse's. Huge, jagged teeth lined its mouth, strong enough to bite through the flesh of other deep-sea creatures, maybe even small whales. The eyes added to its monstrous appearance. Soon the video went viral. Some wondered if this monster could be a hoax, or even a horse's head attached to a fishtail, while some say it was sheep's head fish. But experts remain intrigued. After all, we've explored only 5% of the world's oceans. Tripod fish. A fish with legs. Well, yes. Here you got the one. The scuba diver captured a strange sight deep in the ocean. An odd fish standing still with what looks like tripod legs. Unlike most fish that swim around, this one remains motionless, giving it a spooky appearance. What's even more surprising is how it survives in the cold, dark depths. Instead of swimming to catch food, it patiently waits for its predator to come closer. This fish's ability to remain still in such an unforgiving environment is truly unbelievable. Vegas squishy jelly. A strange creature was spotted right beneath the Las Vegas sign. It appeared as a black, shifting blob, barely visible in the shadows. Onlookers watched as this dark mass seemed to pulse and move with a life of its own. For a moment, it was as if something otherworldly had slipped into our world, hidden in plain sight under the glow of the Vegas lights. No one could say what it was, or where it might go next. And now, let us move on towards our subscribers' pick of the day. The sea has always guarded its mysteries, but today it revealed a legend. A fisherman's net didn't just catch fish, it hauled up a massive golden creature that seemed straight out of ancient myths. It was so huge that it almost covered the whole ship. Its serpent-like body matched descriptions of dragons rumored through centuries of folklore. These mythical creatures were often described as guardians of great treasures. Looking at this creature, it's hard not to wonder, have we finally found proof? Yes, we can say that now.